everyone, Jaymes Mansfield here, bringing you yet another video. In this Makeup and Kiki, I have a very special guest with us today, and her name is Melee McQueen!
Hi everybody!
Melee is a Milwaukee drag queen here, and she's an up-and-comer on the scene and really making an impact in the Milwaukee drag scene. Melee, what look are we doing today?
Today we are going back a few months in my Instagram and doing a fallen angel, sad girl kind of thing, very inspired by Kat Sass's Goddesses show.
Okay.
She had called for Valkyrie, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be sad, golden, and feathered out.
Alright, I can't wait. Let's get started. Alright, we're gonna start with the makeup. What are we doing first, Melee?
First we're gonna put your brows down.
Oh no, it's my eyebrows off? Alright, let's do it.
Got it? Okay.
So have you ever thought about doing just the little, nubs for your eyebrows at all?
I have 2 daytime jobs, so no.
What do you mean? It's a good look.
I asked my boyfriend that question last night. I was like, do you think it's worth it? He's like, questionable. Not quite sure you're gonna be that kind of professional yet.
But he's bald. He can't talk about hair.
But he still has eyebrows.
Alrighty, what are we doing next? Our brows are covered and powdered.
Bitch, we're gonna put on some primer.
Oh, okay, color corrector. Okay, now I'm getting offended. How much hair do you think I have in my face? Melee, when did you start doing drag?
About 4 or 5 years ago. I am a Drag Race baby. So I saw a Drag Race and I was like, huh, a lot like America's Next Top Model, which is what my obsession was before that.
A lot of people's was, I've noticed.
I mean, come on. How could you be gay and not love America's Next Top Model? Because it just taught you how to be. Like, it taught you how to be pretty in photos and be remembered and shit. And then, like, Drag Race told you that you could be a guy and be that bitch.
So, as far as drag goes, what year are you on? How long have you been doing it for?
I want to still say that I'm a baby and I'm still learning because we're always learning. We're gonna technically call it 5 or 4 years, but we're not gonna talk about the first 3 years because I was still in college, and the bitch didn't focus hard enough, so she was crispy.
I remember the college Melee McQueen though.
Oh, bitch, why?
I do. I remember seeing the Instagram post from you a long time ago.
I didn't think you knew how I was, James.
I've always paid attention to the drag scene here. One of the things that always stuck out in my mind, like I remember seeing you in Gluttony, and I remember seeing like all the hype that was coming up around the Dick's bar here in Milwaukee that we both frequent now.
Mm-hmm.
Back when the Dollhouse was first starting to like spring up. For those of you who don't know, here in Milwaukee we have the bar Dick's, we have the Dick's Dollhouse.
Oh yes, my sisters. Our sisters!
And I was fascinated, like around season 8 was when I started popping over there more frequently, because I was just searching for like new bars to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that point, I didn't have a home yet. I didn't know where I wanted to be or like what drag scenes really were in here. I'd only really done the gigs that I'd done.
Yes.
So I was fascinated by it. I saw you girls were doing something different. And I popped in, and yes, you guys were always turning these like different looks that a lot of girls here would never really have the nerve to do before.
Things that we learned from Drag Race and America's Next Top Model is you have to be a chameleon, which is what I pride myself in. I like to be different, I like to change. Like, the same thing gets boring, and nobody's gonna pay you to do the same thing over and over again. She's here, she's alright.
Now, do you have any embarrassing old photos of your attempts at eyebrows in the past? Were you ever surprised?
The first 3 years, I told you, we weren't gonna talk about those first 3 years.
My favorite is when the brows go under the wig.
You like pull them back and wrap them around your head, and it's the only thing holding you together. It's like, let's hope nobody like looks underneath his bang. That's what bang wigs are for. They're your best friend the first year of drag. Bang wig, bang wig, bang wig.
I shit you not, like those $12 Amazon wigs that have bangs in them, you can double stack and get really a whole lot out of those.
I remember you taught me that shit, and you would like safety pin them together, and they would be like the biggest thing in the party. That's my favorite thing about drag. It's like about your resourcefulness more so than what you can buy. My mom taught me that she loved glamorous things, and she liked to obsessively stock up on everything. She's one of those hoarder moms, and she has a basement full of clothes she never wears. And so she was like, I want to be glamorous and I want to have a lot. I want to be materialistic and have all that shit. But she like forgot that one thing, like the glamour of it. So she was like, she learned how to sew and she just pushed it together and she was always a simple person, but I was like, I'm gonna have a lot of high quality shit and I'm gonna have to make that like from scratch. I'm a garbage bag queen. I started in garbage bags like Trixie Mattel did. I live behind a dollar store and when things go out of season, like their flowers, I've gone into the garbage and dug out bags of flowers and used them for projects. Now that I've gotten a general shape of what I want the brows to look like, I just move on to eyes and I go back and forth between my processes.
So I'm curious, like, what are some of your influences for Melee?
I really like I said, America's Next Top Model, and then from there I started like YouTubing fashion videos.
Okay.
And looking up designers. I don't know a whole bunch of references, I just go off images.
Okay.
And I like to loosely reference. The biggest reference is in my name, and that's Alexander McQueen, and I was distraught when he passed. I have his the Savage Beauty large collection book that has like all the things on like beautiful mannequins that they edited. I believe they had like females model it, and then they edited mannequin faces and body part coloring all over over them. Like I was like, oh, so you like stood in for this dress, and then
it was devastating like news for a model to find out when you open the book.
I was like, that was supposed to be my face. For Alexander McQueen, I really like the idea of like new and like old and death and rebirth.
Yeah.
And the symbolism for like when he uses insects and disgusting things like bugs and dirt and florals that are real and they'll decay like on the model. And that like really drives me to like always be changing because once again, like you don't get a permanency here in life. So experience as much of it as you can.
McQueen came from Alexander McQueen, but what is the other origins of your name? Where's Melee and everything come from?
If you couldn't tell, I'm a little introverted, and even when I played video games, I would play by myself, even though I had a Nintendo GameCube, and my favorite game was Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Shut up, you're named after Smash Bros. Melee.
Smash Bros.
Melee! I love it! You're named after a video game, that's awesome!
Yeah. And like, that's the cuteness of it, like we're a little bit related just via the name.
And super nerdy.
Just this little geeky about it.
Now, one of the things I remember seeing you on was TBR, the Tumblr Drag Race.
Tumblr Drag Race.
How was that experience?
Tumblr's Drag Race taught me that I need to communicate whatever I feel or say what I need to say, no matter if it's gonna be stupid or not.
For people who don't know, like Tumblr's Drag Race was a competition series, and you had to like create a theme every single week, right?
They basically wanted to be Drag Race, but like for baby queens at home, they replicated basically the same challenges. The very first week I had was garbage bags. Bring up the photo. But like I had to make a dress out of a chosen unconventional object, and I had to do a triple runway, and I had to, you know, figure out how to style hair.
Yeah, like, I remember they're very, very strict with their rules, and like you guys had to do a lot. Like it was a lot. Every so like you have to like you all have to lip sync every week. Like everyone submits a lip sync
because like you don't know who's gonna be in the bottom, so everyone had to submit like all the parts. You had to read the challenge, you had to do the challenge, obviously, you had to do multiple photos, video of it, then you had to do the lip sync that was assigned for the week.
Yeah.
No matter if you were winning or losing.
Having been on Drag Race, they don't even ask you to do all that in like a week.
Baby queens are really harsh. Like, and I was like, I don't know if this is what I really wanted to sign up for, because like, Jesus, it was cruel and unintentionally cruel some days because it's like, you only learn by going through it. And I was like, bitch, you definitely put me through it.
Alright, so right now you're doing the crease?
Yes. And I'm just going to make it muddy at first because you'll see later on that I clean up with my highlights and my whites a lot. Because a lot of people think that, you know, like when you make a mistake, that is forever, ever. And I'm like, no. If you got clown white, you can go back and forth and clean it up real nice and blend it out. So I really like to use this fallout for this look. Just a little scarring, a little dirt, never hurt nobody. It's too clean, so it's like I used to blend it down and then later on I'll clean it up with a highlight if I'm doing a regular look. But since this makeup is going all the way down here, blend it down. Make it look all clowny. Now you look like a clown. I love working with your face. There is space. Like I'm so used to my small face.
She just said I had big faith.
Alright, now I'm gonna be going in to just cut my lines and do your eyeliner with just some, dollar store liner is my favorite. Cheap, affordable, gets the job motherfucking done.
Now, why do you like the liquid eyeliners? I know everyone's kind of like the divide as far as what eyeliners they like to use.
Because I go between my steps and jump around so often, I need something that just lays on top and can't clump up. Because when you use like a felt pen or any one of those like regular pencils, it can get clogged and then you end up like clogging your $20 pen. And I'm like, I can't afford that. Like if you keep blinking on me, girl, we're gonna have to adjust a lot.
I noticed you're doing eyebrows and eyeshadow and everything first. You don't do your highlight and contour first?
I do not.
Is there a reason for that?
The fallout.
Okay.
I don't want to do all my face work and then I go back and I go between everything, but with working with other people's faces, I don't know how well their skin will take to something.
Right.
Or like where the fallout will fall when I'm working with your dimensions. So it's like best to just, do the eyes first, it's the complicated part, and then the face is usually really clean. Just follow the bone structure. And then if I'm doing like a neutral face like this, I like to go very deep. So I start with a light brown, I go into a medium brown, then go into a dark brown, and then like finally black, and then I blend across it so that it really looks like it's cutting in. So like I'm making a tear shape here, or like a tear into your lid. I really like to start with that brown and then go all the way to the dark into the edges so that it looks like it's really in your skin.
Now, one of my favorite stories about you is actually trailing back to your dumpster diving. Tell me about the time you dumpster dived behind Trixie Mattel's apartment.
Okay, so it just so happened where Trixie used to live is where my sister Malaya still lives to this day.
Yeah.
She still receives mail for that bitch, like, in her mailbox. So when Trixie moved to Hollywood, she just threw away all her old shit. She don't need it no more. And my friend was like, I think she's moving, and I think she just, like, put everything in the garbage. And I was like, that's drag from a drag queen. She was on television. So this might be useful.
Were there anything that you saw on TV that ended up in there?
I don't believe so. There were things that she said she was gonna use, like there was aluminum foil and a ratty blonde wig from how Death Becomes Her challenge that I saw in the image. Oh,
that was my wig!
She put that shit in the
She
garbage.
put it in the dumpster!
There were a handful of anime wigs, and there were like baby lashes that she had in there.
Did she ever see you wearing any of it?
So the only thing that I really saved from it was a blue wig that I used underneath a blonde wig one time, and this grandma sweater that was black and puffy and very like vintagey feeling, and like it had gold like sewn into it, and it was really nice. So I just used it on top of a bodysuit to like give me a different silhouette. But Gluttony, she had this fucking clown jumpsuit, and we wore it to a gig one day because we knew Trixie would be there, and like we walked into the club. Brian was over there, made eye contact, looked away when we scurried off into our own thing, and I was just like, I know we just triggered her, because she did a double take. She looked at us and she was like, and then she avoided us for the rest of the night, and I believe she stayed at the front bar when we were performing in the back bar, and it was just like, oh, she knows.
It makes it sound like really unglamorous. Like, you gotta remember, like, Trixie lived in a very nice neighborhood here in Milwaukee. So
it was clean garbage.
Yeah, like that dumpster was like pristine. It's like the Gucci of dumpsters.
I'm actually gonna clean up the shape of your brow.
Okay.
Just from the top. It's a little bit more hairy than I want it to be without the detail. It's a little muddy, so. Always blend this part. It just does not look right if you don't blend it. And then when I do your highlight, it will blend into your highlight, and I leave this wet. If you have any brow poppage at this time, that's why I start the brow where her brow would usually start, sorta. And then like, once you get to this point, if the brow pops a little bit, you can just like make more texture with this.
It's funny how many don't realize that when they first start doing brows. I never put them where my brows actually grew.
Oh yeah, when they were like up here?
Yeah.
And then you like use your whole forehead like a girl.
And it was like, you wonder why you look crazy. It's like, you gotta find a good starting point and then work from there. But nobody ever explains that.
The hovering brow curse is something that every bitch has to go through. It's just how it is.
Like, I'm convinced that as a newbie drag queen, you will watch a drag tutorial and you just will not hear that part at all. Like, it's silent to you until you've done drag for about 3 or 4 years, and you hear it suddenly, like, why didn't I pick up on that?
I don't understand.
Why did I miss that part?
Now, something I learned, I believe it might have been from the Vixen, but I put on blush first. It does this thing where it just resonates. It like resonates. Oh, bitch! You don't wear blush.
I always get read by Nina because she says I hate blush. Like I refuse to wear. I just wear really light colored blushes.
See, but I like to use an orange blush, so sometimes it's blush.
That's the same. I use like orange or coral because I feel like that was always my issue with blush. I always felt like it was doing too much.
What is doing too much in drag? What is this doing too much in drag?
Well, it's like also it's like I don't know. I feel like it just adds a lot to my face and makes me like I never like the look of like too much brush, like a really bright colored blush. I'm slowly getting out of it.
She's trying new things, America. So then put the blush underneath, which you do it first, so that it'll be underneath all your contouring, and so that it will look more like it's actually in your skin.
But as far as drag and learning how to do drag, like there's no excuse to say I don't know how to do something because there's a tutorial for everything. When I was starting out, like I had to sit back, stage lacage, and run drinks for girls.
Run drinks?
That's how you got time to sit back there and paint. Like you had to earn your stay. Like you helped dress girls, you helped put hair in. Yeah. If you were of use, then you could sit there and watch girls paint. Yeah, I feel like a lot's changed since I was coming out. I remember getting snapped at by drag queens who I had the nerve to pull out my phone. I was just checking the time. She's like, are you guys on your phone? You gotta watch. Like one of those situations. What? Like, whoa, girl. Like if you're gonna be back here, you better be learning.
The key to like keeping my face all one tone is that I use the same like big fluffy brush with the foundation color, and I use it to blend in from my highlight or my contour consistently so that it all melds. Okay, now that your lashes are on, my final touch for the face will be these gem chains.
Yes, I'm so excited.
It really brings it together. Just 2 more times.
All right. What's this like to have ding in your face all night?
It's a relief because people aren't looking at my mouth. Now that the chains are placed and the glue is dryish, go in once again with the black and really just pop that around it. And there you go. You got a sad Cupid clown chicken hooker.
All right, and we're all done. I'm gonna throw on the look and then I'm gonna rejoin you guys in the finished result. Be right back.
Welcome back. This is the final result. Thank you so much, Melee.
You're very welcome. Thanks for inviting me over.
I'm so happy with the look, although you can't tell from my makeup. I look very sad. Now, Melee, where can folks find you?
Oh, most of my tags are just straight up Melee McQueen all the way across. M-E-L-E-E McQueen.
Yes, on Instagram, Facebook, Craigslist, everything. You can find this girl under that name, okay, folks? Melee, thank you so much for coming over and transforming me today.
Yes.
Now let's go terrorize the masses. I'll be the good one, you be the bad one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye! Click here and watch my last makeup in Kiki with Vander Von Odd. Or watch my new series, Drag Eye. Come on, click it. You know you want to. If you don't click it, I'll purge your Instagram of all your spam bot followers. You know you can't afford that loss. Click it!